I'm Bob.
And I'm Aaron. And we're
Bimbo Bandaids! And we're back at it with another video.
But seriously, we're really excited to be filming our second episode here later tonight.
Yes, and we do want to say we got a lot of great feedback from our first episode, and we want to say thank you so much for that, and we appreciate y'all very much.
We definitely really do appreciate it. And actually today we're going to be visiting the Worcester Palladium again in Massachusetts with a super stacked lineup.
Yeah. With all of that, we do have some interviews planned with some of these bands too. Of course, we will be adding footage in of the bands that are playing tonight as well, so you can kind of get a glimpse of them and how they perform. And yeah, and our review at the end of the video too.
So stick around. All right, so do you guys just want to kind of start off by just introducing who you guys are individually, you know, the name of your band, things like that?
Well, I'm Red of Loser Birds.
I am Mikey of Loser Birds.
I am Jamie of Loser Birds.
And I am Eric of Loser Birds.
And when it comes to your band Loser Birds, like when did you guys come together as a band?
Back in 2018, me and this fella right here, we were hammered drunk. And we decided to start a band.
Well, I wasn't.
And we wrote a song about stealing the Mayflower. And then we needed other people to get in on it. So we got Eric. And then later, we started out as 3, but then we added Red. And then we became 4.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
I joined in 2019 when they already had 6 songs established. But when I came along, our sound definitely got heavier, I'd say.
There you go.
And now we are who we are.
And then what would you guys say is some of like your biggest musical influences when it comes to your own personal music?
Everybody. I mean, for me personally, everybody. Like Ozzy, a lot of punk rock bands.
Cool.
Mickey?
I listen to a whole lot of everything.
Yeah, we like a lot of shit.
I even listen to a lot of Disney music.
Oh, I love that. We
like
love
to
that.
incorporate a lot of different shit.
I tend to eat weed gummies and turn the mute volume or put the volume on mute while watching movies. And I write music so that they can dance to it in the movie.
Oh,
That's what happens.
That's really cool.
Do you guys have any more upcoming shows or maybe like some upcoming songs or albums you'll be dropping anytime soon?
No, but we just released an album back in November.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called Foundation.
Foundation?
It's available on all of the streamings,
Everything.
on everything, even ones that I never even knew existed.
What would you guys say is like your best show that you've ever performed at, and like one of the worst shows that you've ever performed at?
The Office in Whitman. This is the little.
No. The COVID VFW show.
Oh yeah, that was rad.
Where was it?
Yeah, we played during COVID at the VFW in Whitman. They opened up the walls because it's kind of like an outdoor-indoor type of place.
Okay.
Everybody had been stuck inside for like a year. So when we played, all of our friends came, all our different groups of friends, you know?
Yeah, and
That's
it was
really
the first time we threw out tampons.
I love that. I think that's cool.
First started.
Tampon throwing is because you might not remember the show, but you're never gonna forget the guy that threw a tampon at you on
No,
stage.
that's true. That's really true. So.
In case you got wet, here's a tampon.
And then I got one last question. I know you brought up Disney movies, so what's everybody's favorite Disney movie?
That's like asking a mother who's her favorite child.
I mean, you can pick one.
I mean, I grew up in the 90s.
I say Fantasia.
Oh yeah, that is a banger.
Valid.
But going with Tarzan because of that fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lad.
Well, we definitely really appreciate you guys coming in. We're going to clip in some of your videos, you know, your merch and everything. We'll give you guys a follow. But yeah, we really appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right. So we are here with another band today. So if you guys just kind of want to introduce yourselves individuals first.
All right, so we are the Ravager crew. I'm Steve Kapoyan, lead guitarist, backing vocals.
I'm Cam Roy. I'm a rhythm guitarist.
He also does lead. He's being bashful.
Oh, sick. And when did you guys become a band?
All right, so that would be July of 2019. Kevin, our bassist, Kevin Card, puts out the flyer of I'm looking for a guitarist and a drummer. Me being a guitarist, getting back from my grad school at that time, I go, hey, I'm your guy. Me and Kevin go back to our, for those of you deep cut Worcester references, Stone Circle Silk Filter days. So Kevin was a brief bass and fill-in for that band. That's where I know him from. So fast forward 3 years later, also in that band, Worcester alum Louis Pizarro from Hung Busted Lip.
That's pretty cool. When you guys are doing like making music, like what's the process like for you guys? Like, does one person write the lyrics for it, or do you guys all like collectively as a group like figure out what each song is gonna be like?
It's definitely dependent on song to song. A lot of the times it does end up having a maestro effect. Like one person says, I've got this whole thing, and here's where you guys are going to play in and around. Let me know what you come up with. But I've got the template, the structure. Oftentimes the lyrics, I feel like it might have been, was Deluge the one time we've had a song where there was one songwriter and then someone else wrote the lyrics?
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't write any lyrics for Deluge, so, that was all Ben and you as well. And just kind of all of us coming together, thinking of little ideas.
Sick. And is your guys' band kind of like your main gig, or do you guys have any other like jobs or other things that you kind of commit to outside of your band?
Want to go first?
Oh man, yeah. I'm a painter. That's my 9 to 5. But hopefully one day I can play music every day. So
There you go.
I'm a registered dietitian. That's what I went to school
What?
for. So sometimes I say have that bread, and sometimes I say maybe only half of that bread. It depends on how much I like you at the time.
Okay, cool. And do you guys have any like bands that you absolutely love that you'd love to maybe like tour with or play a show with someday?
Mainstreams or small local bands, any. I know throwing mainstreams in there, you're probably like,
All right,
there's like a list
so-
of them.
So mainstream, that's like basically asking us like what our favorite all timers are.
Okay, word.
man, I would love Gojira. I would love modern day Pantera. I think I can't ask for too much more after that, and I think if I got that, I would be pretty over the moon. That's
Fuck yeah.
So before we give the local shout outs, I guess my all time favorite's Iron Maiden, my favorite group of British old men ever. So I'll leave it at that. Plenty more though.
Do you guys maybe have any advice for people who want to get into the scene, like newer bands, things like that?
Step one is buy Ravager's EP on
Take notes.
iTunes for now. I guess just be natural. That's all, because we're not really like we're in the scene, but like we're almost dated to an extent. Know your own naturality, pretty much. Like,
Yeah, you want to come in?
like we're an 80s sounding thrash band who's just on a bill with about 2 or 3 other metalcore bands. We're about to listen to a 9-string deep tune death metal band. So you'll just be yourself and be natural. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Go with what you know. Go with what you enjoy. I think that's when it happens. But, finding the right people. Finding people who are ready to really get their ass out there and do the work. I think that's huge.
Commitment is definitely everything. And you're probably confused. We're just doing a podcast interview with some of your band members.
Drink plenty of water.
Hydration power.
Period. Well, we definitely appreciate it. If you guys maybe just want to say your band name one more time,
We
shout
are
out to them.
Ravager, splayed across my man's chest. We just got our shirts today. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Ravager 508 on Instagram and TikTok. Ravager MA on Facebook. Streaming on all digital social media except Snapchat samples.
you guys just want to start off and say who you are individually and then who you guys are as a whole?
My name is Lucas Wells. I'm the vocalist for Morduus. Yeah.
I'm Xavier Town. I'm the guitarist for Morduus, and yeah.
Yo, what's up? I'm Josh Correa. I'm the new guy, drummer of Morduus. Is this thing on? Yeah, it is. There you go.
All right. I'm the Silverback Gorilla, Julian Kennedy, bass for Morduus.
I'm Nicole Parsons. So fucking goated at guitar. It's not even laughable. Jesus Christ, said Lucas Wells.
All right. When was Morduus conceived and birthed?
Well, my parents had sex in 2004, and then 17 years later, 18 now, we made a band, and it was Morduus, and it was back in 2020 is when Morduus started, and it was 3 members. I was on guitar doing vocals. We had Julian on bass, and then we had another drummer, and then we booted the other drummer and then got these guys on board because it's not possible for me to play guitar and sing at the same time. And then we had another drummer, and then the other drummer left, so now we have this drummer. We have a very bad history with keeping drummers. So
I joined in, like, I want to say it was about me and Nicola both joined around, I want to say October, September. Was it June? All right, June of 2022. We started playing shows around December of 2022, and that we've been really established for about a year now.
I joined like 15 minutes ago. It's been a good 15 minutes, maybe like a month, and it's been a blast.
we used to be a band called Autopilot,
Oh.
and I was a guitar player. I was Abnormal Discomfort, and then I was guitar player. Ethan was a guitar player.
Oh yeah, Ethan.
Connor on drums, Jules on bass. And then everyone was like, fuck nah, we can't do this band. So it was like me and Jules and shit. And then our other drummer came and we were like, metal. And then he came up with the band name, by the way. And then, yeah, everything else I just said. But we've had 4 drummers, like 8 billion guitarists that have left. And yeah.
And when it comes to your guys' music, have you put out anything new lately, or do you have any like plans for anything new?
Ooh.
Any tea?
Good question.
We got an album out already on Spotify. It came out like, how long ago? August of last year.
You're on top of this shit.
Yeah. Then we got some shit in the works.
Okay.
I can't say too much, but we went down to my house
It's a secret.
for a week for a band retreat and recorded some really fucking heavy shit,
Sick.
better than any music we've ever made in our entire lives. We had this
And when it comes to your guys' music, do you guys have any like musical influences, like maybe
Oh,
other
yes.
bands or artists that you idolize or anything?
Dickie Allen from the band Infant Annihilator. I found him a little while ago, and he did all the fucking shit, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And yeah, I started doing that. I sounded like absolute dog shit at first, but then we got to where we are now.
I'd say a lot of my influences would be Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold, pretty much just about that. And then when it comes to band-wise, a lot of influence for me would also be Avenged Sevenfold. Yeah.
He's stuck back there.
2009. Ooh. A lot of it comes from like groove metal, and I've just played a lot of dude named Daryl, Dimebag Daryl.
Rest in peace.
Thank you. But yeah, it's a lot of groove metal, and I've played just a whole bunch of like genres of metal, where it comes to like punk and metal and deathcore and all that subgenres. And
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. I mean, our first album is kind of like all over the place with what everyone loves their own thing. So the only thing is, I don't know your influences. You haven't really talked about them.
Yeah.
We need to know his influence.
All right. I love Dying Fetus and Cannibal Corpse and Slayer. I've been playing with with bands for 6 or 7 years now. Like I said, these guys are a lot of fun, and this was one of the most fun shows I've played in years. It wasn't the most packed. I played in front of more people, but the energy was excellent. So, and the crowd really seemed to respond to what we were putting down. So definitely looking forward to writing new material in the future, especially with my flavor on drums. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Oh.
I'm gonna make a long list very fucking short to not waste your guys' time. But a lot of Slipknot, Korn, Slayer, fucking Cannibal Corpse, who else? Napalm Death, G.G. Allen. The list goes on and on. Fucking yeah, exactly. Just keeps going. But for big like bass inspirations, Paul Gray from Slipknot, Fieldy from Korn.
Yes.
Dude, I am the Moose. All right. So I'm Rotten Moose. What else? Fucking, I am the Silverback Gorilla. I'm the Silverback Moose, and I love big string that goes ding, and dirt, and dow. Bing ding ow, holy fook. All right. Yeah, kind of. I'm gonna do you guys a favor and not list any more shit.
I think my last question for you guys is, if you guys could be any dinosaur, what dinosaur would you guys be? And this is a really important question to me and solely me alone.
Fuck. What are the ones, the little tiny ones that run around and bite the shit out of your ankles? I like, what's the big ass one and it swims through the water and it's got huge teeth? It's like a whale but sharper and scarier. No. I saw it in a Jurassic Park movie once.
Oh, I know which one you're
The
talking about.
new one where it jumps out of the water and eats the fucking pterodactyl.
Okay.
I don't remember the name, but I do know
That thing.
Instead of dinosaur,
Yeah, it eats that one.
Stegosaurus.
Raptor.
The best one that I could describe looked very much like a rhino instead of being a fucking rhino.
Oh yeah, the one with the
Yeah, they look like a rhino, big old fucking ball tail, and they smacked everything out of the fucking way because, fuck every other dinosaur.
It's a real dinosaur called Albertosaurus. Are you aware? It's a dinosaur named after Albert. Oh, Saurus.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Well, we definitely don't want to hold you guys too longer because it's fucking freezing out. But if you just want to just say your band name one more time.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Morning!
All right. So it's currently the day after the show, so we wanted to film our review. But honestly, seriously, thank you guys so much for last night. Like, we had a fucking blast.
Yeah, we did.
Everyone we met was super cool. All the bands were super cool. They fucking kicked ass out there, and
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
it was just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and also with that, like, we have some future interviews planned with one of the bands last night that we met and that played, and a photographer as well that we met there, and she was pretty kick-ass, to be honest. She was really
Yeah.
fucking cool. Like, I know you are. We're both really excited to have an interview with her later on at some point.
With that, I think we'll hop into our review.
Yeah, I mean, overall, like, we've been there before, so, like, nothing's really changed about it. I mean, it was still good. It was still fun. I mean, it was just a good show.
Yeah, I mean, although we're pretty familiar with the venue, I thought it was kind of cool because this time, instead of just having merch upstairs, they also had
Oh
a
yeah.
small artist. We're gonna include her at too and clip in a video of her work. But but she had
She
a lot
does
of
stuff
really
with
cool
bones.
bone stuff like jewelry and art, and
Bones.
I thought it was
And
really cool.
there was a bat.
I think it was cool to kind of have the variety, and we're also going to clip in pictures of everyone's merch. So definitely go check it out because they had some pretty badass like t-shirts, stickers.
Yeah, some of the
things like
t-shirts
that.
were really cool, honestly. I was like, whoa. One of them sold cologne. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
it was Morduus.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
saw that. I was
Morduus,
like, that's kind
they
of a
sell
good
cologne,
idea
which was
because
really
you know
cool
sometimes
too.
people in the pit be getting stinky, so you need a
Yeah.
cologne break.
Little- Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Very, very unique as well because it's something I've never seen before. Going to a small show, someone smelling cologne, so it was really cool.
Yeah, and to kind of talk a little bit more about the crowd and the mosh and everything, I thought there was definitely a lot of really good positives, and then a few negatives we'll talk about a little bit later on. But overall, I feel like when the hype was hype, like everybody was having a lot of fun. We were doing a lot of crazy things in the pit, like we did the wall of death,
We did the rowboat.
we did the rowboat,
We did the rowboat. I sat
Um,
my ass down and we did the rowboat.
Yeah, we fucking just like threw ourselves in the ground, and then like 5 other people were like, "Oh shit!" and they like hopped in there with us.
Yeah.
So
It
I
was
thought that was really cool.
it was good. I mean, for sure, it was like me and one other person mainly starting a lot of the pit, but it was like 4 or 5 people only actually in the mosh pit doing mosh pit things. Um, which is like, cool, fine. Like you still had people like up close to the stage that were like jumping around, headbanging, jamming. But like more so of the people in the back were literally just like
They were just kind of like NPCing back
yeah,
there.
like so at one point in the pit, someone like listen, I've been hit, I've been kicked in the face, I've been punched, like I've fallen, like my knees are scarred at this point, like I've whatever. But this is like the first time I've ever had this experience, and like someone like fully flung themselves like their arm and ended up like grabbing me by the neck and pushing me down into the pit, and that wasn't really cool. And
It was kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah.
we left immediately because
yeah, I like left like right
ruined
after to like I was
the
like I don't
vibe.
want to like mosh anymore right now. Like I need a break. Like that really irked my nerve. Like it wasn't like a like a small grab. Like it was a grab. Like my neck. I have a mark on my neck from my collar that I was wearing last night. My choker being dug into my neck. So I mean that was probably like the biggest downside for me was having a grown ass man hit me in the pit and then grab me by my neck.
Yeah.
That wasn't really super sexy or hot. It
So like
was
if you're ever in a mosh pit, definitely don't do that.
yeah, cause I'm
Mosh pits are wild. You know, they get crazy,
Yeah.
but that's no excuse to put your hands around someone's neck. So
yeah. Next time it happens, I'm being honest. You're not gonna have kids again after that. Like
Yeah.
you'll not be able to reproduce.
But security was really cool about it. They heard what happened, and they were like, if he tries anything else, or if like you know,
yeah,
you
because I
see him
couldn't
or
remember who he
anything,
was. I just knew he had like
let
a
us
face
know.
tattoo,
So,
but
yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, like, just don't do it.
just don't do it.
Rar.
But I'm glad Bubby's okay, and if we see that man at a show again, we're definitely exiling him from the pit.
I'll bite his ankles.
But yeah, besides some of the low energy and that fucking dude with
It was
the
still
neck,
a really good
it
show,
was still
dude.
really fun, and I feel like us as a team who's Bimbo Bandaids, we kind of made a lot of cool connections with a lot of people
Oh,
in the
for sure.
scene. And like everyone has just been like really supportive of us, so I think that's really fucking cool. And
Yeah, it is cool.
we're gonna continue to be supportive of you guys, so we definitely really appreciate it.
Sorry. I think that's all really. I mean, still overall it was a fucking good show, and even like the bands that did perform, I really fucked with them.
It was really fun getting to know the bands that we interviewed, so definitely thank you guys again for letting us interview you.
And then also as well, tonight we are filming for our 3rd episode, so that will be out within a week after this is out. I don't know the date, but so yeah, stick around for that shit.
And again, we are Bimbo
We're
Bandaids.
If you see at a show, come up to us.
Say hi.
We do bark at people. We don't bite, but I might bite you. Yeah.
Bark.
Okay. Bye.